Hi, I'm Dr. Christine Hanlon from the University of Central Florida. I'm here today to talk to you about poster sessions and how you can use table scatter to make your poster more presentable and a little bit more approachable so it makes it friendlier for the audience to come and talk to you during the poster presentation. So I've got a couple of posters here that I want to show you today. This first one here is about Anna Eskamani's campaign. She is a member of the Florida House of Representatives locally. This was back when she was campaigning for that position with the Florida House. And in this one, you can see that she's using different stickers in the bottom there. And the student who was doing the poster was giving out the stickers during the session, which was a really exciting thing. She also has a binder there. So the binder opens up and it has different daily experience logs, reflections, the course syllabus, those types of things inside there. She also has some pamphlets for other people who were running for political office during that time as well, who were supported by Anna Eskamani's campaign as well. So that's a nice presentation of different types of table scatter. We also see that they used a tablecloth to kind of make the table stand out a little bit, look a little bit more presentable, a little bit more professional, and they used the same color scheme, which was a good idea. This next one, there we go, is from Planned Parenthood. Now, Planned Parenthood presentations, they often use a lot of table scatter, and it makes sense because they're often doing an activist type of a presentation. So on this one here, we see there's a binder containing her reflections, her daily experience logs, those types of things. There are also some postcards which are to help people get politically involved with some different issues that they were promoting at that particular time. And we have buttons. So she made a whole bunch of different types of buttons and was giving people buttons as they were coming by her presentation. So it's a really good technique that she used there. She also has a tablecloth there. It's just a cheap tablecloth, but it looks really great. And it's not the exact same color, so it adds a little bit of contrast. So that's very nice. But it's a plastic tablecloth you get at Walmart, at the Dollar Tree, Party City. You know, it's $1 or $2 for the tablecloth. It's super cheap, but it makes it look really good. Nice, clean look to it. There are a couple other ones here from Planned Parenthood. This one here, she has condoms laid out. We often see that with Planned Parenthood ones. They're giving out condoms to people who are coming by. Now this one, there aren't as many condoms there, so it's kind of, is it decoration or are these to be taken? We're not sure. So it's something that you want to think about. She was actually standing by her poster handing them out. So it was really clear at that time. But if your poster's ever alone, you want to think about, you know, are people going to know that these are for them, or are they going to take your display? That's kind of a concern as well. So think about, you know, how that plays out with your presentation. And notice they did have a black tablecloth on this one. The last one. This one here has a white tablecloth, and I believe this one wasn't even a tablecloth. I believe it was just a sheet. But it looks like a tablecloth does the same thing, has the same purpose. She has a really nice binder there. You see how she put the logo for Planned Parenthood on there. She had some pictures of her doing service with Planned Parenthood. We also see that she has condoms on the table as well, and a couple of pamphlets also. On this next one here, she's using a black tablecloth. It's a more like a velour type of a tablecloth, and so like a velvet. So it's a little bit nicer quality tablecloth, but does it really make a difference to the presentation, the quality of the tablecloth? Color, I think, is a little bit more important than the quality at this point. She has a nice binder on the table there, and also some condoms. This one is a binder that I wanted to highlight because it was so well done in terms of the organization of it and the cover. So the cover is beautiful. So all she did was find a border and she put it on a Microsoft Word document and put the logo on there, but it's beautiful. And it says sharing happiness, hope, and cookies. And that was on the title of her poster as well. So it matched her poster in terms of the color scheme. As you can see on the table there, she has some cookies that she was actually giving out during the presentation as well. That's always a nice thing to give out cookies. People will come and talk to you. Another thing we should mention about the binder too is that she had tabs. So it was easy to find things. So she had a tab for the syllabus, a tab for the course objectives, a tab for daily experience logs, tabs for the reflection assignments, so the judges could very easily find the information, and she could flip to the information very quickly and show people different types of evidence about what her project was. She had a different color tablecloth there. You notice it's kind of a shinier one. It's got a little glimmer there. Still a plastic tablecloth, but very nice in terms of the color and just a really nice presentation overall that she did with that. This next one here is for Orange County Animal Services. And you see some nice colors. She has a tablecloth that's the same color as her poster. Very nice. She has some pamphlets that are laid out there very neatly. In a nice like fan kind of a design on the table. And again, a very nice binder cover that matches the poster as well. And that way she can keep her information organized and she can find her evidence very quickly. So the binder is a very good idea. The next one here, this one's for Give Kids the World. Says Wishing Away the Worry, which is very nice. She added some stars to her poster and using the colors of Give Kids the World. She, for her tablecloth, had a blanket, and it was a Mexican blanket, very beautiful pattern. And so she put that down as her tablecloth. It looks gorgeous. It's beautiful. She also has the binder there that has all of her evidence, her reflections, and her daily experience logs, of course, syllabus. The other thing I want to note, and I have a highlight of it here, are the wish pillows that she made. These pillows she actually sewed. It was part of her project that she made wish pillows. Wish pillows are pillows that they give out to the kids at Give Kids the World Village. And so part of her project was actually making pillows. And so as part of her project, she included the pillows that she had made and designed for Give Kids the World. So that's a really nice addition that she has there for her poster. This next one's for the UCF Multicultural Student Center, and it's called Kindness Unmasked. And they had a event that had to do with masquerade, and so then she used masks on the table. She has a black tablecloth, so it adds a nice accent to it. Her binder is beautiful, and it matches the poster. She's got some table scatter in terms of different pamphlets from the organization that she wanted to show people as well. This next one's from Planned Parenthood and March for Science. So sometimes we have organizations where they work together. So we had two students, one working with Planned Parenthood and one working with March of Science. They both worked on activism type of rallies for their projects. So they worked together for their presentation. They have a similar color scheme that they went ahead and used, and it's matched on the binder and on some of the handouts that they have on the table, which is beautiful. Now, they didn't have a tablecloth. It's not the end of the world. It still looks beautiful, so do keep that in mind. But the tablecloth does set it apart a little bit nicer, adds that nice little final touch. This one, again, another Give Kids the World poster. They have all kinds of table scatter there, beautiful binder. Some pamphlets, again, some cookies. Very good idea to get people to come by and see your poster. Now, this one won one of the design awards for the Service Learning Showcase, and it was called The Storytellers. And these two students, so they are the storytellers. They tell the stories of different kids and families who have been to Give Kids the World. And they went ahead and they did something a little bit different. And they did, instead of a trifold board or a flat board, they did a bifold board. So if you notice, it's folded in the middle. They just used a regular trifold board to create it, but then they just bent it differently. And they have a beautiful tablecloth that matches. They have some candy on the table, nice binder, some pamphlets. They added some balloons on there, and that adds a nice flair to it. But just thinking outside the box, doing something a little bit different can actually attract a lot of attention to your poster. So something to think about as you design yours. This one's old school. So this one was for Hope Helps, which is they have a food pantry and they have a thrift store here in Oviedo. And this student went old school arts and crafts style. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of cutting and pasting, and it's a little bit more difficult to do. If you notice, she painted some clouds on the background on the board. So she bought a board that was already blue, and then she just took white paint and sponged it on as little clouds. And you can see that cloud theme throughout the poster, which is beautiful. And she's got the little polka dots. It's beautiful. It's a lot of work, though, in terms of getting that all cut perfectly and looking absolutely perfect. The other thing with arts and crafts is it won't help you so much moving forward. So if you're going to do the Showcase for Undergraduate Research Excellence, the SURE conference, they're going to expect a more professional poster. If you go to a conference, they're going to be expecting a more professional poster. So doing a poster like this is neat. It's different nowadays, and it makes you stand aside a bit, set apart from everybody else. But it doesn't help you with those skills for professional poster creating for the future. So something to think about in that regard. But it is beautiful, and I want to highlight one more thing with hers that she had. She has her binder. She has some flyers there, but she also has some clothes set aside. And these were clothes that she had purchased at Hope Helps thrift store. And they are name brands, as you can see. And then she had a little sign, have you ever thought about the value of clothes? And so that's a nice way to kind of tie it all together at the showcase. A nice use of table scatter. This is another Hope Helps table. What I really liked about this one was they used a piece of fabric and made it look very different. So their tablecloth has a print on it. So it really attracted a little bit more attention that way, a little bit more busy, but also very fun. Another fun thing they did was they added lights. And that's a really nice addition that they added to their poster. Nice binder again, some nice flyers on the table as well. And these flyers that they have here are actually from their persuasive speeches. And that's a wise thing to do, is to tie it all together with the poster. This one here is for UCF Theater UCF. And what I'd like to highlight about this one is that they use some technology. So you can borrow a laptop or a iPad from the UCF library. And you can use that for your presentation. Now, I would never leave it alone. Make sure that you keep it with you at all times. You don't want to leave it and go and get a coffee or go to the bathroom or something like that. It could be very easily stolen at the event. But it is a nice addition as long as you're making sure that you're paying attention to where it is and you don't lose it during the event. This one doesn't have a tablecloth either. And you can see underneath the table, there's a cable and a backpack. So something to keep in mind if you're not going to use a tablecloth, that's the way it will look. But it still looks really good because your eyes attracted right to that binder, right to the laptop and the poster. This next one here was really unique. She decided to go with a design for her poster that was flat. So she duct taped a box to the back of the poster. She used a trifold poster, but she just didn't fold it. And then when she had the box in the back, she made sure she put some weight in the box. I believe she put a backpack in the box, and she duct taped the box to the back of the poster to hold it up. The other thing that she did that was really unique, she had a nice binder, but she also had these feathers. So these feathers on the table are from the birds at this bird sanctuary that she worked with. She worked at Parrots Palace, and it's a bird sanctuary for exotic birds. And so as she cleaned the cages, she picked up the beautiful feathers. So it did not harm the birds in any way. They had already taken the feathers off anyways. They were going to be thrown away. And then she hot glued them to ribbons and pins. And then she added a little a piece of paper that said Parrots Palace on it, so you wouldn't forget where it was from. And here's a close-up of what those look like. They were absolutely beautiful. Everybody at the event had one of these on. And so that's a nice way to kind of create some conversations about your poster as well. This one here was for the Creative School for Children here at UCF. Kind of a unique design with the handprints at the top of her poster. What I want to highlight is the table scatter, though. And her table scatter, she has a bulletin board that has the art that kids worked on with her when she was at the creative school. She also has a very nice binder, but she used the art as a springboard to talk about her experiences and what she did at the creative school. That was very smart use of the table space. And again, a nice tablecloth as well. Here we have another tablecloth, a black one. This one was for Buddy Break, which was an organization that matches people with children who have disabilities. And it gives kids a chance to work with somebody else during the day. And it gives a chance for the parents to go and run errands or just take a break during the day. And it gives the child and the parent a break from each other so they can kind of rejuvenate their relationships. It's a great organization. But she's done a really great job with table scatter here. You can see she has one sign that's standing up in front of her poster. She has a clipboard there, and she's collecting email addresses and names of people who are interested in working with Buddy Break. And then after the event, she went ahead and she gave that information to the organization. The organization then reached out to them. That's a really great idea. If you can do something that's productive for your organization during the event, It makes you look really good and it benefits the organization. And it gives you something to do during the event. So collecting volunteer information, that's a really wise thing to do at the event. And again, here's a nice close-up of the little sign that she had that was standing up, along with the clipboard and her binder, the other table scatter that she had there. This one's for the UCF Arboretum. UCF Arboretum does have tablecloths, so if you ask, they might be able to lend you one of those. That makes you look really professional at the Surface Learning Showcase. You'll also notice they have plants, and they have a beautiful binder and some table scatter as well. It looks like some maps for the trails on campus and those types of things. They also use some technology, so we have a laptop there that has pictures of them at the different activities and events that they participated in when they were working with the UCF Arboretum. Again, this is another one that went flat. Rather than using the trifold, they have a box behind that's holding it up. And the UCF Arboretum, they usually have plants, so it's a good idea to bring some plants if you're doing that. This one's from the American Heart Association. This one gave me a heart attack when I first walked in because I didn't know she was doing this. And I thought, oh, whose beautiful poster is that with the balloons? Because you can see the balloons all the way from the front. And balloons are cheap. You can get them at the Dollar Tree for $1 a piece. And it looks beautiful. It matches her presentation perfectly. And she just did a beautiful job with all kinds of table scatter for her presentation. She won 2 awards for her work with the American Heart Association. Here's some of her table scatter. She had some giveaways. She had stickers. She had some little keychains and some lanyards. And then you notice that she has a little sign there as well. Very nice presentation. So model, really. This one is a model as well. Nathan did this presentation with Florida Wildlife Commission. And when he did this, he put some kind of like the UCF Arboretum with the plants on the table, but he also showed how you should care for plants, and he had a little spray bottle about spraying the leaves. He had a glove. He had some, what do you call those? Pliers, pruners for the garden that he used during his project. His binder is beautiful. I want to go to that in just a second, but you also see on his poster, very prominent, some pictures. So there's a picture of him working with the organization, helping to remove invasive plant species, but also this image in the middle. I want to highlight that. That is a painting. So it's actually a painting that he stuck on top of the poster after it was printed, and it was a painting that he made himself. So showcasing his own artistic ability during the showcase as well. And he had given that painting as a gift to the organization to thank them for all of their help during the semester. Nice touch, very nice touch. Also, we see that he has this binder, and it's customized and it's beautiful, keeping all of his evidence very clear and easy to get to during his presentation. So he could show off his reflections and the syllabus and those types of things to the judges. This one here is for Give Kids a World. And in this one, we see some candy displayed, and it doesn't, you can't really see the candy as well here, so I have a better close-up shot in just a second. He also has a nice binder. I want to highlight, too, the globes at the very top of his poster. Those are a unique way to add some attention to the poster, add some interest. The candy, he had bought tons of candy. He had more candy than what is displayed here. It was underneath. And a lot of people didn't want to take it because it was so beautiful. But he had put stickers on all of the candy about Give Kids the World with their website, so people would take some candy. And it just added some nice interest to the poster. And it was beautiful. This one here's for the Lions Club. This one was cool because he got one of the boxes that the Lions Club uses for collection of glasses. And by doing that, he was also collecting glasses at the Surface Learning Showcase. I don't know how many he got at the showcase itself, but at least we now know what the box looks like, so we can look for it when we need to donate glasses. We can go to an optical place and look for that particular box, and we'll know it's going to the Lions Club. Also, very nice binder with the logo on the front, a nice white tablecloth, so nice use of table space there. And this one's for Cats Can. Again, very nice use of the table, using technology, some brochures. The neat thing about this, they have a very nice binder, but they also added some cat toys in there, which was kind of a nice addition there. And they have a gold tablecloth, so you don't have to match your poster exactly. You can add some interest with a different color as well. So if you have a different color tablecloth at home than your poster, don't fret. You can probably use it and it will be just fine. This one here's unique because she designed this huge poster. Now, the posters that we print through the Burnett Honors College are quite cheap in comparison to those in the real world. This one, I believe, cost her several $100s. It's beautiful. She created this large poster as a part of her project, and she gave it to the organization Dress for Success to use at different community events. And so they used that poster afterwards. And that was part of her project. So that's kind of a neat thing, very expensive though. So sometimes students will say, well, can I, instead of doing a trifold, can I do something like that instead? You'll notice she did a trifold and she did the larger board. The trifold fits on the table very nicely for the Service Learning Showcase. This one, not so much. It was lucky for her that she had a corner, and so she didn't have somebody next to her, so she was able to display it without a problem. But if she just had the big poster, it would be a little awkward at the showcase. Most of the posters are on top of a table at the showcase. Otherwise, it's kind of in the way. So it's something to think about, but absolutely beautiful and really cool that she did that as part of her project. This one here was not one of my students, but very cool. So I wanted to highlight it. It is very small. It was only about maybe a foot or two tall. And it was based on a frame. So they put all of these items, kind of old school style, arts and crafts style, in the frame. And that's how they displayed it. They stuck a box behind it and to hold it up on the table. But kind of neat. It sometimes is cool to be small. Just depends on what you're going for. And they have some nice table scatter there. What I really want to highlight with this though, and they were lucky they again had a corner table, so they had a little bit more space to work with. And they have this rack of clothes. And so they were talking about reuse, recycling clothes. And they had the rack next to the table to highlight some of the clothes. And that added a nice bit of attention to the presentation as well. Do keep in mind you need extra space for that. If you were positioned in the middle of everybody, that would have been a real problem. It would have been in the way. Also, it's kind of cumbersome to bring something like that all the way to the student union. So kind of want to weigh your options with that. So hopefully you've got some really great ideas for using your table at the Service Learning Showcase or wherever you're going to be doing your poster session. Table scatter can really add some interest to your presentation, and I hope that you have a really great presentation as a result.